Big brother! You're okay. I was worried, because of course the last time she saw us, we were being thrown by the Helmarok King from the top of the tower. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to The Wind Waker. I am the Doctor with the Infamous Gentleman. In the last episode, we saved some Koroks and then defeated Phantom Ganon and worked our way up the Forsaken Fortress. This episode, we are finally rescuing, as you can see, our sister. Well, my sister. The Doctor's sister. After trying the walls for a while, Doctor decides it might be a good idea to try the door. The cell won't open that easily. That chest hair on both of them is phenomenal. There you go, acting before you think, as usual. Boys, get 'em. I swear, do you even realise we had to draw that monster bird off for you? It was about to come flying in here after you again. That sword! Where did you get that? Are you... Is it even possible? How could it be? Well, never mind about that. For now, we'll just take these girls. I'm sure their fathers back in town will pay a handsome reward for their return. But what about poor Ariel? Ariel, who knows? Ariel! I'll just say it with a Jamaican accent. Oh, Sebastian. Anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt such a heartwarming reunion. But isn't there something you need to take care of? If you're worried about your sister, don't be. I promise I'll deliver her safely back to your little island. Normally I'd expect a huge reward for something like this, but this time, it's my treat. Listen, Ariel, your brother has some some things to take care of. Big, important, grown-up things. He'll be back soon, so you just wait nice and quiet until he returns, okay? But big brother... Miss Tetra, we have to hurry. The bird will be back here at any second. Gonzo, excellent, you're just in time. Take this one for me. Huh? But she's fine, just do as you're told. Big brother! Bye-bye. Really derpy face on Link there. Link is very derpy throughout this entire game, actually, I suppose. Doctor, we'll be back. I swear it. Dat wink. Oh, Tetra. Menacingly, the Helmarok King flies around. Well, looks like a lot of crap is kicking off at the same time. So now begins a boss fight of sorts. Because the room is filling with water, and there is a very angry bird in the middle of the room. You can take its figurine here, but I'm not going to, just because you really need to kind of keep on the move here. Because what it does is this. No, it's not going to do it there. There we go. You hear it go break, and then it smashes the ground behind you. If you don't move fast enough... Oh, that was a close one. It cracks the ground underneath you, so you have to really keep moving at this point. All these various bokoblins will jump out at you, but you can easily ignore them. If the ground is smashed and you really can't move on, there are like grapple points that you can swing along, but really just kind of hope it doesn't come to this. This bit shouldn't be challenging, but it can be. But as long as you keep moving, you're generally fine. He's really kind of attacking at me now, like diving at me. But we're getting there. Oh, it's getting close up behind me. He's quite close up my arse. Oh god. But hey, we're at the top now, and when you get to the top, the ugly bastard stands in front of you. This is the best chance to get a photo of him. Or not. This is... Nope, it's not letting me do it here. Okay, fair enough. I thought you could do it here, but apparently you can't. Facebreaker! After all that, yeah, that's the Helmarok King. How infuriating. Really not too happy with Nintendo about that boss battle, because that is... Yeah, they kind of build him up as this big villain, but in the end, he's incredibly easily defeated by just one hammer blow to the face, which is kind of a bit of a joke. But hey. Trollolololololololololol. If you fell for that, I'm sorry, but no, that should have been... I hope that was obvious that I was joking there. Well, not joking, but trolling with you. If you genuinely thought that was it for the Helmarok King, oh, then dear me, how little you know of Nintendo games. But now, we can take a photo of him now, but it's somewhat more difficult. But let's try and get a good one as he's circling around. And hup! Nope, not allowing that. This is, because he's a boss, this is of course the only chance you get in the game to take a photo of him. Oh, that's a nice action shot as well. This is the monstrous Helmarok King. Helmarok King is a monstrous bird that's been fitted with a mighty steel mask. Once the mask has been split with a hammer, its tender beak will be revealed. So, let's go ahead and do that. Smash! And like all bosses, rinse and repeat. It waddles over to you and hits you again. Poor bird does not really learn, does it? Oh no, now he's taking off of it, and now he's going to fly off. And so then he goes and flies around for bloody ages. Fortunately, the searchlights keep a track of him for you, that they kind of follow him, which... Did he just fly into the wall? I've never seen him do that before. Man, all sorts of crazy shit's happening in the last couple of episodes. Anyway, he'll do a random amount of like flyby attacks, and then eventually will... Oh, yep, ow. You hear a little squeak and the fool crashes into the wall. Oh, that's amusing. I like it when enemies make mistakes and things. Man, he's... Oh, this is supposed to be a menacing, threatening boss, but he's just making a fool of himself at the moment. Anyway, he should come into roost soon. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. No, that's still going to be another attack. Hey, this time he managed to do it without crashing into a wall, this stupid bugger. I really like this boss battle for its just kind of like generally epic feel though, being like on top of the fortress with all these lights, under moonlight. This boss battle is always at night because it's the Forsaken Fortress, it's shrouded in eternal night. But he is not wanting to land. Here we go finally, and then he waddles over to me and it looks hilarious. Whap, 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 and then bam, and we hit him in the face again. Ooh, I swung the hammer sideways there. Yeah, if you press kind of like left or right, you can swing the hammer sideways in like a spin attack motion, which is, as long as you're L targeting, which is really useful for like clearing the area around you. But soon enough we'll get an even better attack for doing that, so it's not amazingly useful. But now again, whap, 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 and bam, and hit with hammer, and his face cracks off. Looks just as sinister without the mask, I always think. But now you can basically just go to town on his face with your sword. It's kind of the red eyes, like he looks funny with that little coxcomb, but the red eyes make him equally as menacing with the mask off, I think. Now he does the same kind of attacks as before, still crash into the thing. Also, yeah, the bits of his mask are left on the floor, so that's kind of cool that you can just whack them around a bit. Yay, physics, bam. Anyway, he should be coming into land again soon, or he's gonna... I swear, it was really weird, while I was practicing, he never did this divey slashy attack at all, and now I think he's making up for that. He just spent the whole time waddling around while I was practicing, it was hilarious, but now he's just crashing into the wall all the time. Helmarok King, always apparently doing something slightly stupid, but oh, he looks like he's coming in for a land now because he's coming in quite slowly. Yeah, and then once again, it's still the same thing if he'll waddle towards you. You can still use the Skull Hammer to damage him now, you just do more damage more quickly with the sword, and that's it. It normally only takes about 2 runs. Staggers around, and I just love this scene, especially with the moon behind him. This looks fantastic. With the music and the way he lights up, oh, it's glorious. An explosion! Granting us a well-earned heart container. Because I really like this, because this is... There's always this point in the game, in any game, like Zelda games and stuff like that, where you actually achieve your goal. In a sense. Obviously there's the bigger threat of Ganondorf, but there was the goal as well. I love how the feathers are drifting down. There was the goal which we originally set out with, which was go to the Forsaken Fortress, rescue your sister, and inadvertently kill the Helmarok King. And we've done that now, so that's really cool that we feel like we've achieved something. But still, there's obviously the problem of Ganondorf. So, if we head up here, you may remember, this is where the mysterious figure stood and gave the Helmarok King the command to chuck us into the ocean, which essentially should have killed us. So without further ado, enter Ganondorf. It's been a whale, boy. You have done well to sneak into my fortress and wriggle your way up all the way up here. I suppose the least I can do is commend you for your reckless courage. My name is Ganondorf, and I am the master of the Forsaken Fortress. By the way, boy, when you drew that sword of yours out of its resting place, did you by chance notice how all the monsters frozen in time down there suddenly began stirring again? Do you understand precisely what that means? I highly doubt you do. Foolish child. When that blade is indeed the blade of evil's bane, at the same time it has long played another role. You see, It is also a sort of key, a most wretched little key that has kept the seal on me and my magic intact. By withdrawing the braid, you have broken that seal. Oh, gotta commend the Doctor for some courage here. That's fantastic, but utterly unsuccessful. Oh, and Ganon has really cool swords as well on this. You cannot defeat me with a blade that does not sparkle with the power to repel evil. What you hold is useless. Go back to the world below and tell that to the pathetic fools who made this blade. Its power is gone and its edges are dull. Doctor, get up! Stop! Let me go! You pathetic little sea rat! What? My Triforce of power is resonating! Ha! At long last I have found you, Princess Zelda! Oh god, my voice. What a time for my voice to go. What? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know any Zelda. Feigning ignorance will gain you nothing. Tell me, if you are not Zelda, then why do you have this fragment of the Triforce? Whip. Whip. Hey, Rito's to the rescue! Oh, and shit was getting seriously intense in there. Ganon not too happy with that. Oh, it's fantastic seeing Valoo actually fly with those tiny little wings of his. Love that scene. One of my favourites in the game in all senses. Meanwhile, at the Tower of... well, later at the Tower of the Gods. It's alright, Doctor. She's merely lost consciousness. Your sister escaped the Forsaken Fortress with the pirates. You can relax. She's safe now. Lord Valoo, you arrived not a moment too soon. We are deeply grateful. I am aware of this, yet I thought our first priority should be to separate these two from Ganon's grasp. Oh, bloop, 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 bloop. I think it looks really silly the way he circles the tower there, then flies off to the south, which is where the opposite direction of Dragon Roost. But anyway, his little Ritos go with him as well. And meanwhile, well, not meanwhile, but we have business down here. Doctor, I will explain things later. Now we must return to the world beneath the sea. And Tetra's awake, and probably wonders what the hell has happened. Ow. Doctor, you're alright? What is this place? Hey, and Ganondorf, what happened to him? Doctor, what are you doing? You must come to the room where you got the Master Sword. Who is using that stone? Just who are you? Doctor and I are the only ones who can speak through this stone. How dare you use what's not yours? Your name is Tetra, correct? You must come with the Doctor to see me at once. Well, don't you sound important. Fine, we're on our way. Just hold your horses, whoever you are. Doctor, what are you waiting for? You heard the stone. You're supposed to show me how to get to where that voice is. So, a lot of stuff has just happened. I just want to take this opportunity to say, Ganondorf in this is one of my favourite villains in any game, definitely my favourite Zelda villain, because, as you notice, he's so fantastically kind of, not so much softly spoken, but like, he doesn't shout or scream or something like that, he's just very kind of sinister and very reserved, but speaks with so much power. That's kind of one thing. The more you learn about his story, the more interesting he becomes as a villain, but yeah. Anyway, this is also a one-off opportunity we have here to take a pictograph of Tetra! Tetra may seem bossy and strong-willed, but she's actually quite kind. Orphaned at a young age, Tetra followed in her mother's footsteps, becoming a pirate and watching her after her mother's lovable gang of swabbies. Tetra and her crew are in search of a legendary treasure hidden beneath the waves of the Great Sea. But Tetra's trophy comes with another one. It comes with Gonzo! Gonzo's favourite thing is Tetra. The leader of Tetra's family of pirates, Gonzo seems to be quite strong, but he cries at the drop of a hat. That's kind of sad, actually. But there's more! Also coming with Tetra is Mako. Personality, at first glance, quiet. Least favourite thing, having his glasses touched by strangers. Mako is called the brains of the ship and the king of invention. He may look like a weakling, but his glasses give him keen eyesight, and he's unstoppable when mad. Not many know this, but he keeps a knife hidden in that thick book of his. Also, there's so many of these, aren't there? Nico, least favourite thing, Gonzo's underwear. Nico is the bottom rung of the pirate ladder, so he's responsible for all the odd jobs on the ship. He's quite childish and rarely thinks of the consequences of his actions. Even so, he shows signs of having what it takes to move up the pirate ladder. Nudge! Talent, sewing. Nudge seems to understand Tetra the best of all the pirates and often counsels her in her decision making. He's actually stronger than Gonzo. Senza! Talent, talking? Maybe? Senza is in charge of keeping the pirate ship in order. He's a mild-mannered speaker, but his persuasive skills are said to be unmatched. And finally, Zuko. Talent, spying. Zuko is in charge of keeping watch. His sharp eyes can read signs a mile off, but no one really understands what he says, so they rarely know what he's seen. Yeah, a lot of pirates there, a lot of little backstory and side knowledge on them, which is cool. And honestly, I'm gonna have to call the episode here, I'm afraid. The timing is just running a bit much that if I push ahead too much, I won't be able to conclude stuff in a reasonable amount of time. So I'm going to call it here. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Wind Waker. We've had a lot of stuff happen. We defeated Tetra. Oh, she jumped down. We defeated our arch nemesis, the Helm Rock King. We met our arch nemesis, Ganondorf. Had an awesome confrontation with him. Found out some weird shit about Tetra that still needs to be resolved. And next episode, we'll be going down to where we found the Master Sword to confront the mysterious voice. Thank you very much, and good day.